Somebody tells you something about themselves, believe them. And Whittaker and Adesanya are essentially saying the same thing. I'm a better striker than you. I'm a better kickboxer than you. Neither one of them has rolled this over to MMA. Neither one of them has said, I can take you down, I can hold you down, I can guillotine you. It's really been quite straightforward, if we're to listen to these guys, that they're going to go punch and kick at each other for 25 minutes until one of them falls down. And I do think that that's interesting. I think that Whittaker, as a fighter in general, is underrated. I think Whittaker, as a kickboxer, is a little bit underrated. Adesanya seems to be getting the proper attention that he has. But this is truly not just about middleweight supremacy. These are the two best fighters in the world, and they got matched up. This will be one of those rare times when a fight is over where we don't just go, okay, that guy's the greatest fighter in the division, that guy's the greatest fighter in the world. And that seems to be a theme that every time we see a champion fight, we instantly turn to that. He's the pound for pound best. Next week in another champion fight, he's the pound for pound best. We keep doing that, and I'm guilty of it too. We have a real recency bias in this space. But this is the first time. We didn't just bring in a really good contender to take on a really good champion and then look at the champion's performance to go, okay, he's greater than the other champions. You have the two best fighters in the world. Robert Whittaker came through the Ultimate Fighter, toughest tournament in all of sports. Robert Whittaker went 10 rounds with Yoel Romero, got his hand raised on 2 separate occasions. He tried to fight a day that he ended up being in the hospital for surgery. He tried to forget the surgery and push forward to the fight. I mean, his toughness is not in question. And then you've got Adesanya, who's only growing. He's growing right in front of our eyes. Any mistakes that he made 4 fights ago weren't there 3 fights ago. Any fight he made 3 fights ago weren't there 2 fights ago. Any mistakes and corrections and blueprint that maybe somebody could map out that he did 2 fights ago, he didn't show in his last fight when he won a championship. This guy keeps on getting better. When you're fighting guys with that, it's very hard to know what to prepare for. It's hard to know what to plan for. In many ways, if Whittaker is to be taken at his word, which is he's going to go out there and dominate a kickboxing fight, in many ways, that's a very smart strategy, because that's the one realm of Adesanya that hasn't grown as quick and been as dynamic and changing from fight to fight, right? That's something that he's done for so long. He's pretty locked in his skills. They're very high-level skills, but they're not changing skills. So it's one thing that you could plan for if you're Whittaker. I don't really know that I have a prediction in this fight yet. I think the fact that Whittaker has been out could be a talking point. I think the fact that Adesanya's been busy could be a talking point. But I think as fans, for the first time ever, we can identify, whoever wins this fight, we can identify that's the best fighter in the UFC.